I am Dr. Prashant, working as an assistant professor at the Department of Geography, Shivaji University. I have nearly 13 years of PG teaching experience, and with this experience, I will try to bring the best for you. So friends, kindly support my YouTube channel. Please share, subscribe, and like this video if you get any value out of this. Today, we are going to learn the pictorial method of representation of relief. For the mathematical method, please watch my previous video. Okay, then we start with hashures, which is one of the pictorial methods of relief representation. A major layman devised the hachure system, which was used for most of the 19th century military surveys. Hashures are little lines drawn down the hill in the steepest gradient direction. To put it another way, the direction of the hachure lines is the same as the flow of water. When the slope is steeper, the hachure lines are thicker, and when the slope is gentler, they are thinner. As a result, the shade gets darker as the slope gets steeper. They are displayed entirely black above 45 degrees. Hashures are thin if the slope is gentle. The shade representing a gentler ground is lighter in color. Whether on top of a mountain or in a valley, flat areas or places with a slight slope are left white. The advantages of this method are that the army was particularly drawn to this method since the mountains were prominently marked and identifiable. The considerable benefit of this method is that the small height features are also clearly marked on the map. On the other hand, disadvantages of this method are this method is time-consuming. Various operations in this method required a great deal of patience and meticulous draftsmanship. It takes an excessive amount of time and money. The map's accuracy in terms of the slope is always under question. Hill shading is another significant pictorial method to represent the relief features. Hill shading, also known as plastic shading in the United States, is a modern alternative for hashures, owing to the ease with which it can be generalized and reproduced using lithography. The map depicts the area as it would appear if it were illuminated by light. The light can be thrown vertically downwards or from the side, usually to the northwest. Slopes appear darker in vertical light because they cover a broader area. The majority of maps nowadays are created with the assumption that light is thrown from one side. With vertical light, the steeper the slope, the heavier the shadow, but oblique light keeps plateaus, valley bottoms, and plains in the light. The northwestern and western slopes are unshaded, whilst the eastern and southeastern slopes are shadowed. Now we will move towards another eye-catching pictorial method, layer shading or hypsometric tints. In the case of this method, each area of the map falling between two distinct contours can be shaded or colored to see the distribution of high and low terrain at a glance. It is more beneficial for countries with varying relief, as there is little sense in coloring a map showing an equally level country. The layer tinting technique is rather deceptive, as a single shade between the 100 and 200 foot contours represents a constant level rather than a gradual shift in height. As a result, the entire map is divided into belts. The belts are then colored to emphasize their elevation above the sea. The coloring is based on the fact that the entire area is viewed from above. Naturally, the highest areas of the structure will receive the most sunlight. The higher areas are colored in white or brown because these were warmer hues and indicated greater warmth. Low-lying areas are shaded green, indicating that they are cooler. The lowland green color is also associated with fertility, which would certainly cause confusion because most of the world's hot deserts are at a low altitude, and green coloring would give no indication of the desert's aridity. The following table is representing the standard color shades used to prepare a layer shading map. It denotes height from the mean sea level and accordingly standard color shade assigned for that particular height. It denotes height from the mean sea level and accordingly standard color shade assigned for that particular height. For the 500 meters, a dark green shade is assigned. 150 to 300 meters height is represented by faint green, 300 to 600 meters by yellow, 600 to 1380 meters by faint brown, and 1380 to 3000 meters height is colored by dark brown shades. With increasing height, the brownness increases. The white color shade is assigned to a height above 3000 meters. On the other hand, the depth from sea level to 75 meters is indicated by a faint blue color, and as depth increases, the darkness of the blue color also increases. The next pictorial method is the physiographic or morphologic method. In this method, mountainous areas are depicted by heavier, darker, and steeper symbols, whereas plain areas are represented by lighter and flatter symbols. Vegetation is indicated by additional symbols. The advantage of this method is that it demonstrates the nature of the relief. The accuracy is comparable to layer coloring, with the added benefit of preventing the formation of a misleading impression. Roads, railways, and cities can be displayed in the same way that they are on a map with color. This method has gained tremendous popularity, especially in newspapers and periodicals aimed at the general public. Only small-scale maps are suited for this method. Because each of the above systems has some obvious flaws, their combined system has gained a lot of momentum in practice, popularly known as the combined system of showing relief. As a result, one can limit the layers to the lower ground and rely solely on contours. In maps with features of comparably low altitude, hachures and contour lines are frequently combined. Hypsometric tints have been combined with contours on small-scale maps. Thank you so much for watching, have a good day.